months ago, it was one line that made all the headlines, which was Bumrah versus Australia. Cut to the next test series that India is playing, and it is pretty much the same at the moment. It does seem like, at least in the bowling department, it is Bumrah versus England, because India have toiled hard for 24 overs. They've gotten a wicket, that of Zach Crawley, courtesy of Jasprit Bumrah. A few close shouts here and there, but eventually England have walked away as the happier team with 107 for 1. And it actually, I know they still have a long way to go, trailed by 364 runs. But if you compare the two teams in this position, then England are placed in a better position, because India, remember, were 92 for 2 at one stage. So in that sense, they've lost a wicket less. Yes, how's the match panning out? We'll start with Siddharth, who wasn't very hopeful of English batting.
England presented them gifts, but India refused. We don't want your gifts. How does it explain 2 dropped chances? Okay, one, Jaiswal, it was flying. But how do you explain... Stop. Yeah, to stop. But how do you explain Jadeja's drop at backward point? You expect Jadeja to take very, very difficult catches, but he dropped Bumrah. Okay? Bumrah was the only guy who could have taken in that 5 over spell at least 4-5 wickets. Because the angle, I mean, certain deliveries to Duckett, you all thought, oh, an edge has come, he's out. Oh, an edge has come, he's out. Pitching on leg, going away, Yorker unfortunately landed outside leg stump. But look at the combined effort from the rest of the bowlers. And the rest of the 2 pacers I would like to add. 14 overs, 69. But as you said rightly, repeat. Eat and repeat.
I mean, I agree that the Jaiswal chance was very tough. But yeah, Jadeja, the fielder that he is, should have taken it. But then I'm saying, all this is part and parcel of the game. Rishabh Pant's stumping also got missed.
But see, you know what is the
This
main
will happen, no?
This will happen, but then stumping did not really harm England that much, because at that time it had already crossed 100.
That's another thing. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying that what situation. I'm saying missed chances here and there is part and parcel of the game. India should have done better. I agree that they were very sloppy in the field. But I'm saying this is part and parcel of the game. When you look at the larger picture, you are going to account for a drop catch here and there. The larger picture is that you will have to sooner or later, rest the initiative. Because this game could be wide open at the end of the day if you don't pick up too many wickets. England could be sitting at about 300 runs.
30, yeah, even more for that.
300.
230, 240, yeah. I mean, when you get, they had another 230, 240 runs.
You still have about 2 hours of play. At max, you can go until 11:45.
Could be more than 2 hours as well. And remember that now they've slowed down a bit. At one stage, they were almost going 6 and over. Now they've come to 4.5 and over overall.
You see, okay, all that is very good in an idealistic world wherein a drop chance, yes, it will happen. But you know the problem with India, and because you, in the 90s and the 2000s, you relied on Sachin to bolster the batting, you relied on Virat and Rohit to get the batting going, reliant on individuals. Here, your bowling department is reliant on only one individual, Jasprit Bumrah.
And that's what really scares me the most, because let's just be very clear with the facts that Bumrah is only going to play only 2 more test matches after that. And who do we then, have the spearhead of the attack? I know I'm looking, too far. It's just a session wherein England have dominated. Things can really turn around in the next session or so, in the next couple of hours. But then with Siraj, I think the same problem continuously persists. He is lacking that potency as a fast bowler that he had in the initial couple of years of his career. With Prasidh Krishna, we know he has been terribly inconsistent in whichever format that he has been a part of for the Indian team, barring, what he did in IPL 2025. And Jadeja, he always needs some kind of assistance from the pitch, to get those wickets. These are not the Indian wickets at all. So I think that's what really scares me.
But I don't know whether...
Another problem. You said in the BGT that you would want to cook Bumrah looking at the conditions. Now, assuming he bowls a very heavy workload. We all know Bumrah will bowl 5 or 6 overs max in a spell. Max. He will not be bowling more than that.
But though I think in this session, I think you missed a trick. He bowled those 5 overs. You should have got him for another 2-3 overs spell now. He had the rest. He should have. He's only come back for an over. Maybe he should have come in for a couple, because again there would have been a decent enough break. Now you would have had the tea session break, and then you could have again had him fresh with a 20-minute break. So maybe a 2-3 over burst. Who knows? Just like remember England, that first session India dominated and you picked up those 2 quick wickets. Maybe a couple of wickets here. And that only Bumrah could have done.
You are spooked by what's happened in the BGT.
But now you've decided he's only going to be playing 3 test matches. So you're managing the workload. But the test match that he's playing, you have to utilize him better. For example, Siraj has bowled 9. So I'm saying Bumrah also could have ended. I'm not saying bowl more than 5 at one go. 5 he bowled. But you could have had him for another 3 overs, at least 8 overs in that session. If you had that towards the end, who knows? What
if that same dread, we overbowl him, forget 2-3 tests more, he may not play the series.
No, I don't know.
Because see, Bumrah is the one individual whom England, okay, there have been some strokes that were hit off him, but he looked like the only bowler taking wickets.
Exactly my point. So probably bring him back.
Sure, he'll bowl as extended session in the post.
He will, but then the rest was just about coming. No, bowl 2-3 overs. Now rest is coming. Tell him, give me 3 more overs now. We have 20-minute rest, and you don't have to immediately start after.
That's where I think Gill's inexperience also was on display. I think he missed a trick by not having Bumrah back for another 2 or 3 over burst that you just mentioned about. See, Siraj wasn't looking threatening at all. So was the case with Prasidh Krishna. Maybe you could have tried Shardul Thakur, but then I think if not for Shardul, then you had to bring in Bumrah, which wasn't the case at all.
Why no Shardul? Because in these kind of situations, even his loose ball can sometimes get you a wicket. It's often been seen.
He's a man with a golden arm.
He is a wicket taker.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably more potent than some of the other bowlers you have. But I'm just going back to the point that about Bumrah versus England. I think just as we have to be a bit patient with the batters, let's not lose sight of the fact, and I know there will be some sort of criticism that will be directed towards the Siraj and Prasidh Krishna, but my point is that maybe we may not be right in doing that. I'll tell you why. Because let's not lose sight of the fact that this is a belter of a track. If you look at England also, they were struggling to get wickets. Yeah. And I think Indian bowlers, see, we were also prepared for it. We were prepared, at least in my mind, I also thought that, okay, India will also be sent on a leather hunt, just as England were, with Indian batters making merry on a flat surface. I think England will also do the same. So you'll have extended period of time where you will not be picking up wicket. Now, the only thing that clouds our judgment is the fact that you put in a Jasprit Bumrah there, who's again a cheat code, who just doesn't rely on the conditions, and he then looks so good that everyone around him starts looking bad. I think that's the problem. England didn't have anyone like that to make the rest of them look that bad. So you said, oh listen, inexperienced bowling lineup, good batting conditions, so how do you expect them to pick any wickets? I mean, nothing against Ben Stokes. He's a wonderful career, but he cannot be the best bowler of a side. Yeah. So that just told you the kind of bowling lineup. But in India's case, you get someone who's just so far ahead of the rest of the pack that he will look potent no matter where. And then in that sense, you start comparing, Siraj is not doing anything, Prasidh is not doing anything, forgetting that, hello, on this pitch, maybe, out of the 80, 70 international bowlers at the moment, 69 will struggle to pick wickets. 69 of them will go like that. It will be that one man in a Jasprit Bumrah who can be. So I think somewhere you'll have to be a bit lenient to the bowlers, because this is a run scoring ground. India had some sort of an advantage to begin with, where there was overcast condition and the ball was doing a bit, and to be fair, there were a few close calls. I think Siraj had a very close call. It was an umpire's call, who knows, a little bit here and there. He could have picked up a wicket, and there were a few hits and misses, edges. I mean, overall, if I compare the two batting, I think Indian openers look far, or at least the Indian top order look far more assured in their stint than England have. They've been a bit streaky. Yes, now at 107 for 1, it does look good. But I'm saying in terms of, plays and misses, close calls, I think Indian team looked far more controlled in that sense. But that's why I'm saying that now the overcast conditions have gone, the sun is out. So I think be prepared for a long haul in the final session as well. England will also score runs. Two of their batters are in form. The only thing that, again, we could be sitting here at the end of the day's play and saying, wow, India is in a good position, will be that man again, Jasprit Bumrah, who will defy all conditions, everything, and maybe pick you 2-3 wickets there, and you're sitting with England 5 down and saying, hey, India have a chance.
That's the only way I'm looking at, because look, Shardul might provide you, he'll go for runs, say 5 overs, he'll be 30.
Shardul needs conditions. Shardul needs conditions. He will need the ball to move around. I mean, that's the kind of bowler that he is.
Which I think will happen here.
I don't know. See, again, if you see towards the end of that session, the sun was out, and then, you could really play your strokes. So
because see, Shardul doesn't need banana swing movement, just a hint of nibble, which this wicket is offering you. Sunny conditions or overcast conditions, okay, overcast is a bonus though. But Shardul, okay, he'll go 5 overs for 30, but might get you a wicket.
You remember now when India were playing those few AA games, even some of the AA batters took a lot of runs off the Indian bowling. So, I mean, this is a more established English batting lineup. And in these conditions, I think you have to be prepared. All I'm saying this again and again is to prepare everyone. There could be a situation where they are also piling up a lot of runs. The only exception to the rule, I repeat, that one man.
I think 2 hours, 150, 160 odd runs. Definitely England getting close to 300 today. Possible.
Yeah, exactly.
See, again, Bumrah will bowl.
And then we'll go back to that 41.
7 for 41 collapse.
And we'll also go back to the shots that some of the batters played.
Yeah, because it's all related to that 41 to 7.
Yep. That is the only way. See, if you look at what is the operation that the Indian team are going to do now, you're going to get 2 hours. Play can be extended until 11:45 p.m. IST. According to the new playing conditions.
That's the max,
11:13 is the cutoff, but 11:43 IST is when you can have play. So now, not just 7 for 41, those 2 drop chances, knowing very well that you only have Bumrah, the rest can be hit and miss. It is really, really going to be, and that is what Shubham Garg is saying. Guys, Siraj bowled really good second spell, created so many chances. Pope was out on naked eye, really unlucky with umpire's call.
But again,
please credit him.
Shubham, that's what I'm trying to say. They're trying their level best. That's why I said we probably will need to balance our opinion, because this is not going to be an easy pitch. You just cannot be expected to pick up wickets, and that's what, I mean, now you are probably getting a glimpse into what the English team had to endure. We went on and on about, there being an inexperienced bowling lineup, but probably we also forgot that they do not have much to play with in terms of the conditions that they have been given, and there weren't even any overcast conditions in their case to help them out. So they were really up against it, and I think Indian team will also face that. But as far as those close calls, edges, I mean, that again, as I said, those are what ifs, and what ifs is part of the game. At the end of the day, what will count is 91 for 1. And Siraj, 9 overs, no wickets.
See, again, Siraj, it's the same situation like what happened in Adelaide. He was pummeled. But then after that, he got 4 wickets for about 99 runs.
You had already lost by
You had already lost the game. And see, you needed to create pressure right from the beginning. First spell, 3 overs, none for 20. It undid all of Bumrah's good work.
So now again, as I said, India would have to rely on 2 things. One, the brilliance of Jasprit Bumrah, because nothing else is really going to come your way. And secondly, maybe hoping that there are errors that England make in an attempt to be playing aggressive cricket or baseball cricket. Because if you remember, England did make those mistakes in India. On occasion where you got flat conditions, England tried to be overly aggressive and thereby allowed India a chance. So that could be the other opportunity where some of the batters, in an effort to tell the world that this is the cricket we played, or to exert their dominance, they end up playing a few stupid shots and you end up getting wickets. I think that's the other way that India can make a comeback. But if they were to play, and that's why I'm saying credit to the Indian batters who played the way they did, maybe flat conditions, but you needed to play calculated cricket to get to those 300s, and England will have to do that. You just can't say flat conditions, so it's 100 for the taking. So 2 windows of opportunity for India, I think, will be presented. One, Jasprit Bumrah, I'm keeping aside. He doesn't need any opportunity. But other, play on English egos, remind them that, net run rate is below 5, something, get them pumped up so that they play.
Bounce them.
Ramp shot, they go for, Root played that shot, you remember?
Yeah. Rajkot.
So maybe that's the other option.
Hope so. I mean, that is what you have to play on the English ego, and sometimes they do self-implode in a lot of ways. I mean, why not Ashes? I mean, he tried something similar, fell.
Self-imploded during the whole tour of India last time.
Of
That's
course.
what.
Yeah.
Right from Vizag to Rajkot to Ranchi to Dharamshala. Dharamshala was an abject surrender in that sense. So, yeah. Let's see. This is a very important 2-hour, 3-minute session that we're going to get at this point. Rakesh Bhushan, Nikhil, on day one, you saw of India batsmen, you praised them.
What you saw of India batsmen?
What you saw of India batsmen, you praised them. Day one of India bowlers looks ordinary. They knew England will be coming on them, and Siraj Prasidh first spell was a big disappointment.
See, there you go. See, we again, within our own viewers only, we have a disagreement with Shubham has a different take and Rakesh, but that's the beauty of cricket, how you look at it. That's what I said. What I saw of Indian batters, I did praise them because I said, yes, flat conditions. All right. We by the way, I said that these are flat conditions. So don't start thinking that this is the end of the test match. England will also come back at you. They will also get a lot of runs. But I still praised Indian batters that flat conditions also need application. And that's the reason we praise them. And that's why I'm now going to England batting, that India can do better. Maybe they'll discuss that. They can do better with their catching. They can do better with their bowling. But all I'm saying is that don't expect it to be a typical English test match where wickets are falling. It's not going to be like that. Don't expect it to be the WTC test match where the first innings wrapped up like this for both teams. It's not going to happen. There will be a lot of runs, so you have to be patient here. You have to continue following your plans. As I said, maybe Bumrah produces a couple of magical deliveries, maybe a few laps of concentration from the English batter allows you. I think those are the things that you'll have to work with if you can. Again, as I say, England have made a good start, but let's not forget, India still have runs on the board, almost about 500 runs, and they've got 100 of those, but they need more than 350 now to even be getting close to where India is. So they still have a lot to do. Things can turn around in one session. But all I'm saying is preparing everyone that at the end of the day, if England are also sitting pretty at 280 for 3 or 4, that's not unexpected. That is what was going to happen.
Yeah, indeed. So 107 for 1 with Duckett hitting a 50. Pope
nearing
surviving a close LBW shout, but yeah, Duckett on pure luck, 2 drops. That will haunt them.
But that's why I said, Zach Crawley, I didn't expect too much out of him. I said so at the start, but Ben Duckett, you give him a chance or two, he knows how to get big scores. Ollie Pope, the thing is now, the issue is he's a nervous starter, so you get him out early. Now that he's gotten some runs under his belt, now you will have to come up with some sort of a game plan to get him out. He's not going to gift you the wicket, I feel, from here on. And also the way he was batting a runner ball, much like how Shubman started and he got to his 100, he was batting pretty much in that same fashion. So those are ominous signs.
Yeah.
Sadistic Sid is back, and he with a sadistic comment.
Yeah, India will lose by an innings. Prasidh, Siraj are not doing good. Let's take this comment also. For India to lose by an innings, if let's say 280 odd they finish on end of the day with 3 down, let's say best case scenario, right, for India, you'd still be about 200 odd runs away.
England would have to score 700 in their first innings.
So you'll need about another 200 to reach. That will be about tea time on day 3. That's where you will be, tea time by day 3. Then you will need to bat final session of day 3 and full day 4 to put up another 300 odd runs or 350 odd runs, right? So for that they will have to get to
700.
750.
650.
Maybe
700.
on 4th day give India a chance and then dismiss India. By the way, that's his hypothesis. Sadistic says I don't see that happening. Because I also feel that this pitch is not going to deteriorate. It's not going to be a pitch that will get bad for batting. It will be continuously a good pitch to bat on. So,
although it is very hot in Headingley. I mean, they say it is about 30, 32,
no, but now
it
with
feels
these
42.
intermittent sort of rainfall also, it will keep the pitch together. There will be some moisture around. This pitch will be a good pitch to bat on. There will be no demons, I feel, towards the end. So it won't be like, oh, now 2 sessions you have to survive and you can be dismissed. It won't be like that. Plus, we again, I'm looking at England's best case scenario. Even now, they need to bat for long periods of time to get to first where India have got. And they've started with a streaky shot.
Why no third slip?
Why no fourth slip also?
Yeah.
It happened even in the first spell of Jasprit Bumrah. Why no fourth slip? It just went through there.
But that's what I'm saying. This is a poor shot. That's what I'm saying. Lack of concentration or being overly aggressive that we are England. That's why, I mean, I'm just saying from Pope's point of view, what was the need of touching that ball? It's miles away from you. You bring a test match, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's a ball you shouldn't be like, there's nothing you need to do for that.
Yeah.
Don't.
That's what ego.
No, but I think they'll throw. See, even Duckett's been doing that. They'll throw their bat to the ball. They've been doing it. They say, okay, fine. Out is out, okay, but we'll keep collecting boundaries as well. I think that's how they're going to bat.
That's how they will do it. Yeah. You're only missing a Johnny Bairstow in this. Because last time in Leeds, he really destroyed the Australians in that.
They've started with a Jasprit Bumrah. I still thought that you should have given him a over or two.
Vihir Shah.
Sethi Universe is saying Siraj is always trying, never getting. Because Shubham pointed out that he's trying. Vihir Shah is saying maybe this can be like a WTC final in reverse order.
Oh, yes.
Acha, like lots of runs in the first innings and then low scoring in the second. No, I don't think so, Veer, that's going to happen because I still feel that this will be a good pitch to bat on through the test match. At least that's what I'm picking up. That's what most of the locals there have also been saying. So, I don't think so.
Siddharth, why India doesn't get Shardul with new ball? He has won Mumbai titles opening the bowling. Except Golden Arm theory, he isn't that threatening with old ball. He's that pure swing exponent.
Yeah, again, I would be critical of the Indian captain if you gave him the new ball. When you've got Siraj Prasid and Jasprit Bumrah, I'm not going to give Shardul a new ball. But yeah, I would have got him in the first session for sure.
But he has to bowl now.
After this over.
After Bumrah. Yeah.
After this over, he'll bowl most likely. Yeah. It makes no sense to hold him back.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. So 11:45 because I don't see this ending at 11:13. They are too slow with their over rate.
11:43 I think is the close of play. So 11:43 it will be done, and I think we'll have a lot of talking points by the time the day has ended. We'll also have a clearer picture as to where the test match is heading. So yeah, look forward to your company there.
Yes. Final session underway, 11:45. See you for a lengthy post-match debate.
Is Shardul coming next over?
Yes.
I think yes, yeah.
Bet. What is the bet?
Oh, gone.
No.
Oh, it was swing.
Swing.
He is Bumrah.
Most thought it was an edge.
Yeah, there were a couple of other in the first session also, which I thought were out.
Yeah.
But Duckett and it was nowhere close.
Oh, but if you had kept the audio on, I don't know what is it with the acoustics of the broadcasters. Every time, if there's a sound, you feel as if he's bowled or he's edged it.
I know.
I don't know what weird acoustics is this. I really don't know. So, oof. But again, a Jaffa. But too few of it.
Let's see if it's Shardul or not. Let me see if your predictions are right or not.
Yeah.
The over is done. Now we'll know.
What is the bet? I don't know.
What is the bet?
I don't know. No.
Did you get them?
I think you should be getting them.
Pawan?
Did you get them? No. Why? You won.
He's what now? He's denying Fekuchand. He said when he returns. Okay. Then it's fine. He says now he'll honor the bet. Then it's okay.
Good, yes.
He'll honor the bet. Then it's fine.
I hope so. What if Shardul? Then why have you picked Shardul? Then if you don't bowl him in the next over, why have you picked him? Just as a pure batter. Oh, it's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are they worried about overrate?
I told ya. No, but I agree with
Should
you.
not be worried about overhead. That's the last thing that should be on Shubman Gill's mind.
No,
yeah.
no. It had to be Shardul. I agree.
To be getting wickets.
You needed to bring a Shardul there. Look at how you see this can help India.
Yes.
This approach.
This will.
Yeah, this can help them because they have a bit of a habit of
No,
just
plus
going berserk.
the upper section sometimes explodes.
That's what I'm saying. This approach will.
Perhaps they are thinking Jadeja they'll want to target him more. So that's why they are.
I think Duckett has been throwing his bat at everything. So I guess he doesn't care who the bowler is. And see that. That's what I'm saying. The hope for India is this. England
self-destruct.
will self-destruct. Yeah.
That looks more probable. So yeah, how much do you think end of the day? How much do you think they're getting? That's a better bet.
$275 for 3.
275 for 3. That means another 162 runs more. 50, 60 runs more. 150.
I'm going 260
For?
for 3.
For 3. 275.
Same.
You
I
said
also said 275.
Then I will go with 270 for 4.
Okay.
They will lose 3 wickets for 157.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you guys.
See you.
11:45.
145.